So mixed results over the weekend, obviously very positive on the offensive side, maybe a little bit to work on the defensive side for that second game, but overall, take me through the weekend and how you thought you guys played there.
Well, we had a lot of really good things, obviously. When you see a score like, 9-0 that first game, obviously there's a lot of, good things that happen offensively. And actually the Saturday night game, we created a lot more offense but didn't score as many goals, and that's what we have to learn. The learning part of what we have to do this year is stuff away from the puck, some areas on the ice that we got to concentrate a lot more on, and we'll get that stuff fixed. But on the positive side, we did a lot of really good things, and we're disappointed with the split.
And talk a little bit about, that offensive side of the game. It seems like that's going to be the strong point this year, especially, with Riley and Cohen yet to return to the team. And talk a little bit about just the ability to put pucks in the net, create those offensive scoring chances, and how crucial that will be to the Cougars this year.
Well, we've, it's kind of an extension from last year, and, some of the guys. And that's when you're building. Heider and Zeems had great years offensively last year, as some other guys on our team. Look at our back end with Samson and Thornton and stuff. So we've built that identity, and it's carried over, which is good. And offense is really tough to teach. It's a lot of natural ability, so that's a real good sign. The other part is we got to concentrate on our goals against in our defensive play.
And now talk a little bit about, the performance from your veterans there. Obviously, Funk and Billy getting a hat trick, and just stepping up and showing that leadership. Hudson Thornton getting on the score sheet in that second game, and just, stepping up when it's needed for these first couple games before, again, Peyton, Zemer, and Young return to the team. Yeah,
and that's a very bright spot on our team, is that offense and bringing it. And we have that. And it's exciting. That's the fun part of hockey. We need to start liking the not so fun part of hockey, that we all talk about, and that's the defensive part of it, and keeping the puck out of our net.
And one final one for you. Just talk a little bit about the step up of the rookies, the young guys. Obviously, Ravensbergen played great over the weekend in that first game, and even the second game showed some flashes. And Tarek Parasek already looks to be making an impact for your team, and other than other stars as well. But talk a little bit about the young guns and their impact on the game.
Well, the ones that jump out to you are, Ravensbergen. He gets a shutout. He played very well Saturday, but he's been very consistent to all training camp. What I really like this weekend is, our young guys, like our, Shergott, Lajoie, you look at McLennan, that line played very, very well. Bauer's line with Lang, he played very well. Foster, he's been in at all training camp. So the push from underneath, the physicality, and it's something that I really like to see, and it was very positive for us this weekend moving forward.
Actually, I have one more for you. Sorry, Mark. We'll talk a little bit about Lang. Just the ability to use him on the power play, have that big body in front of the goalie. Talk a little bit about that, and just that extra weapon to distract the goalie from those point shots and anything that he can't see.
Yeah, he's a big body guy that we can use in areas like that, and he'll improve in those areas. But he's another smart offensive player that's. He's 6'6". He's got a lot of range out there, and he can really think the game. So, with his stick positioning and his height, like we talk about that side on the power play, we think that he can be effective on the penalty kill, just as effective as he is on the power play.
I know we chatted about this a couple times already, but like the defensive side of the game and goals against and the structure, like it looked really good in the first game. I guess just at the weekend as a whole, it's a long year, but just your thoughts on the structure side of things. It looks like something that you're really trying to emphasize throughout the season here.
Yeah, I think the structure is there. It's being competitive within the structure. We know the structure now. Now that's that next step, and that's kind of what we're talking about.
Riley Heidt also coming back after a really impressive preseason and training camp with the Minnesota Wild, 2 assists yesterday, and maybe just your thoughts on getting some good reviews, and now he's coming back to your roster here shortly.
Yeah, and all the teams are going to be getting their main guys back now, but Heider, he went in there, very motivated kid. He went in there and he turned some heads. Talking to some other brass, and didn't watch the game yesterday, but I got some texts during the game that are all very positive. Talked to their development guys this morning, and they couldn't be happier with him. And it's just now the progression. Come back, have a real good year, learn some more stuff, and that's the way hockey works.
And lastly, I know it's very fresh news, but Ty Young has signed an entry-level contract with the Vancouver Canucks. Great camp for him, and nice to see him sign on the dotted line in the NHL.
Yeah, that's younger, right? He's come in here. He's a workhorse. He works like a pro off the ice already. He goes in there. I think you sent me the article yesterday. I'm reading the article. He texts me, says he's getting sent back, and didn't mention one thing about that he's signing. That's just typical younger. I'm going about my business, but great for him, great for our organization.